Hey everybody, how are you? This is Steve. I wanted to kind of run through this real quick. Sorry, I'm kind of in a little bit of a rush today. Um, I wanted to go over this um, nutrition plan handout that we gave, just to kind of give a. I know I talked to a lot of you one on one, but it's a lot easier for me to do a video and post it on the page or email it to you. If you noticed on the handouts, some of them are. Um, 1.25, 1.75, 2.25, and 2.75. This goes by weight. So basically 25 pounds. So let's just say this 175 pounds. You would get this from 150 to 200 pounds. If you're 2.25, then you'd get it from 200 to 250. We want to actually give you the lower, in other words, if you lean out a little bit and you go, let's just say you're 155 pounds and you're on this plan, and all of a sudden you're down to like 140, you need to switch. You need to let me know so I can give you the 1.25, because then you're going to have to kind of cut back on your calories, because your body is going to be too much lean muscle mass for the amount of food and amount of calories you're taking in. I just wanted to say this. Let's not overcomplicate a diet. Let me just break it down this simple, okay? Because I'm starting to see some of the My Fitness screenshots come through, and I got to tell you, I get it. I know life is, we are very busy people. We're constantly on the run. We have jobs where we don't get breaks. We can't, some of us are, some of you are school teachers. You can't eat when, in front of the kids. I understand all that, right? But some of the things you have to keep in mind is, number one, real food should be your number one priority. So, what do I mean by real food? Real food is food that you can put on a shelf that literally will go bad right away. You can't put it on a shelf and 3 days later, 4 days later, come back and eat it, right? So, if you've ever seen the video of the McDonald's hamburger that they left sit for, like, I don't even know how long it was, let's say a year or two, it looks the same exact way as it did when they put it down on the shelf. That's not real food. That's a bunch of chemicals. That's a bunch of preservatives. That's not good for your body. Okay, real food is more. It's definitely something where your body will absorb it better, and longevity wise, you're going to see a lot of benefit out of eating real food. Your plate should pretty much consist of the macros, right? But we're not going to get crazy. So you want to have a serving of protein, possibly a serving of carbs, depending on what time it is. You always want to try to eat veggies. Now, this says a fistful of veggies as a serving. Let me tell you, depending on the type of veggies, and I'm not a big fan of corn and carrots, which has a lot of um, sugar in it, natural sugar. If you're eating broccoli, or you're eating healthy veggies, like, let's just say, like, um, squash, or certain types of veggies that are loaded with a lot of water, you can't really overeat on broccoli. Okay, so I would try to make sure that you're eating, if you're especially if you're hungry, try to overload on veggies. But again, I want you to be very careful on the type of veggies that you're eating. Corn is a no-no. I would not eat corn. It's loaded with sugar. It's not good for you. Pumpkin is good. Beets, eggplant, squash, broccoli. Um, Usually green veggies are better. Leafy greens are great. How much lettuce can you eat though, right? Um, so the healthy fats, okay. Some people like to say you want a palm size amount of protein, you want a palm size amount of carbs, and you want a thumb size amount of fat, right? Veggies is This is saying fist size, but I'm telling you, you can't really overeat on broccoli. But let's just go by this, and I'm not trying to get you confused. So, but I'm just trying to throw different various pointers at you. The bottom line is, if you're going to eat, to make it simple, if you're going to eat real food, and you're not going to overeat, and you're not going to go for seconds and thirds, you're going to do very well in this program. Try to spread your meals out as best you can. Try to restrict your eating, your clock. So in other words, try not to eat, within a 16-hour period. Try to cut that back into a 10-hour period if possible, because that works really well. So in other words, if my first meal is breakfast at 8 a.m., I'm not eating after 6. That's a 10-hour window from 8 to 6 p.m. If my first meal is 9 a.m., I'm not eating after 7. If my first meal is 6 a.m., I'm not eating after 4 p.m., if you understand what I'm saying. So getting back to this, let's just go over this little template. For somebody that's in a 1.75 category, you can see it's a half a serving of carbs. So 3 slices of Ezekiel bread. It would be 1.5 slices of Ezekiel bread on that plate for breakfast. 1 serving of protein. 6 egg whites would be 1 serving. There you go. You got Ezekiel bread, you got egg whites. A serving of veggie. I know a lot of people are like, veggies for breakfast. Yeah, okay. So eat some pumpkin, eat some broccoli, some mixed veggies are good. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have carrots, but I wouldn't have a lot of carrots. Carrots do have sugar in it. Maybe mixed veggies that has like a couple carrots in it with some cauliflower and broccoli. There you go. There's your breakfast. It says 2 shakes. Would I do 2 shakes? Probably not. I would probably do 1 shake in there somehow, and I would probably try to time it as far as when I train. If, let's just say, you eat early in the morning and then you come to the gym and then you work out, a shake after the gym would be perfect, and then you have your lunch and then you have your dinner, okay? Let's say you train at night, maybe breakfast, lunch, shake before you get to the gym, and then train and then eat your dinner and get some rest. Some tips I want to throw at you. You might want to consider getting some blood work done. It would be beneficial for you to kind of see what your cholesterol levels and all, your hormones, your vitamin D, thyroid, all that stuff, just to kind of see where you're at for your own, information more or less. And I'm really hoping that this nutrition plan will actually, you're going to see some benefits of, you know, that dropping. So we've had people actually kick medication being on our training program. You figure out what your goal weight is. Now, as far as the calories, right? Some people are saying to me, hey, Steve, I just want to know what to eat. I can't sit here and tell you exactly what to eat, okay? But I can tell you generally this is the stuff that you should be eating to the most part, okay? Like I said, corn I would take out. I'm going to give you a template to follow. I'm going to look at your MyFitnessPal. I'm going to give you some tips on certain foods that I've seen work really well in the past. As far as your amount of calories, this can help you with that, right? Obviously, if you're sticking with this template, it's going to help you keep your calories down. Here's what I do for me. I'm a 220-pound guy. I want to be 180. Since my goal weight is 180 pounds, I want to eat 180 grams of carbs, 180 grams of protein, and half, so 90 grams of fat. So what that comes out to be is about 2,200 calories, but I kind of take that a little lower, so I'm usually eating around 2,000 because I want to lean out quicker. I don't want to lean out too fast. Obviously, this is a long game. But at the same time, I want to get my body into a fat burning phase. So it comes out to be 30% protein, 30% carbs, 40% fat. Yeah, it's a little higher on fat. Some people would say, no, it should be 30% protein, 30% fat, 40% carbs. Everybody's different. I know how I work. I know too much carbs for me will make me blow up, right? So that's just a quick tip. Carbs should be primarily veggies, tubers, maybe some berries, very little fruit. I don't really try to eat too much fruit because it does have sugar in it. Some grains are okay. It depends on if your body tolerates it. So, can you get away with eating brown rice or white rice? Absolutely. If your body tolerates it, go for it. I mentioned this once before. I stopped drinking coffee and I started drinking kombucha. It's a fermented tea. It helps with my gut health. Sauerkraut is awesome. Kimchi, kefir, all that stuff you gotta be careful because there's sugar in it, so make sure it's lower sugar, okay? The fat should be healthy, like avocado or olive oil, almonds, all monounsaturated fats, okay? Fish oil is an excellent supplement. Multivitamin, if you want to take a supplement, that's fine. Vitamin D is very important. I would highly suggest. I'm not a medical doctor, but I'm telling you, do the research. Everything you read about now is all about vitamin D. Try to do 5 to 10,000 units a day. I do 10,000 usually. Our training protocol: 3 days a week of strength and conditioning, and then your off days, as I mentioned, should be some kind of active recovery: walking, biking, swimming, light jog, walk your dog, do something for an hour, keep moving. Everybody's probably going to be a little sore today after the workout yesterday. By the way, everybody did great. We actually, I'm impressed. Not too many issues. A couple people have a little mobility issues when we're squatting, but we're going to fix that. Overall, we had a really good turnout. 7 p.m. was rocking it. 9 a.m. is a little slower. We did cancel a 6 a.m. class because we didn't have enough people in it, because people switched over to different classes. But so just keep that in mind if you decided you wanted to go to a different class. We only have 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. You can hit either of those classes. But I really want to see everybody there 3 days a week, and I'm going to teach you how to sign in when you come in next time. My bad, things got a little crazy, and we forgot to do the sign in part. Um, on your rest days, like I would try to cut back on the carbs on your rest days by like 15-20%, because you really don't need carbs when you're not training. Okay. Now, I'm not talking about on your recovery, on your active recovery days. I'm talking about on your complete rest days. Just cut back a little bit on the carbs and maybe eat a little bit more protein. But just be careful with the fats because that's 9 calories and you don't want to have too many calories in your diet. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to kind of give you guys some quick tips and stuff like that, and keep sending over your MyFitnessPal stuff, and I'll keep communicating with you. And I'm really looking forward to seeing a lot of really good results in this training program. If you want to read a good book, I would get the book Wired to Eat by Rob Wolf. I read it. I did a quick. I just kind of put some notes and stuff like that. He talks about how a lot of diets don't work, because honestly, it shouldn't be a diet. It should be more of a lifestyle. No matter what diet you're on, it's always about, like I've said, calories in, calories out. Everything's in moderation. You don't want to overeat. We pretty much can get away with eating just about anything. Our bodies will acclimate to it, but to be honest with you, it takes a long time to acclimate to it. And the reason why we say, try not to eat anything but whole food is because that's honestly we're gonna live a lot more, much more healthier lifestyle, and at the same time, um, you know, it's about food palatability. So they really put a lot of things in those foods to make it taste really good. I've seen some people like some of the fast food sandwiches, like Jimmy John's and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff in there that you just shouldn't be eating. Okay. So just keep that in mind. You're better off eating real food, something that would basically go bad if you sat it on a shelf for too long. Sugar is the devil. You really got to try to stay away from the sugar. You know, I know sometimes it can be tough eating healthy when you're working, especially if you're going out to dinner with or lunch with people from work. Everybody's eating junk food. Everybody doesn't seem to give a crap, and then you're ordering something healthy. Healthy. So sometimes, believe me, I had a problem when I was working as a police officer. Everybody be eating a bunch of junk, and I'd be ordering a grilled chicken salad, and they'd all be breaking my chops. I can care less what they felt, towards me as far as me trying to be healthy. I just did what was right for me, and then they'd get jealous because they'd see the weight dropping off me, or I'd be in shape and they're not. Um, this book is good. It talks a lot about hormones, insulin, glucagon, adrenaline, cortisol, all that stuff. Stress has a lot to do with stress has a lot to do with how you digest your food as well. So it almost should be a ritual where you really sit in a quiet area and smell the food, cook the food, and then eat it. Overfeeding is really bad. Obviously, you're going to be storing a lot of body fat. We don't want to be going up for seconds and thirds. We want to just be eating enough to sustain muscle mass and add in this training program and don't overeat, and you're going to see your body change. And this is another thing I said, that there's no one size fits all diet. That's why I'm giving you guys a lot of different variations. Um, I talked about gut health, microbiome, very important. That's why the sauerkraut and kombucha helps me, because there's a lot of bad food out there, and it messes up our good good and bad microbiome in our stomach. They call it the bugs. We have bugs in our stomach that help digest food. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, just please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions and give you help. You can message me if you want to make a private. But looking forward to this venture, man. This is going to be awesome. I can see a lot of people are really engaged, and they really want to see a change. And honestly, man, you have to please just stick to the program. Finish the whole thing. I don't care. Be selfish. Don't worry about everybody else. Worry about yourself for this. It's 6 weeks, and you're going to see such a better side of yourself again, and you're going to be more energetic and feel better, and not feel bloated when you lean over to tie your shoes, and it just getting back to being healthy is what's really important here. All right, so um, congratulations to starting this great program, and looking forward to seeing your results.